Please be seated. In a little less than 2 weeks now, the Episcopal Church will welcome a new presiding bishop. Sean Rowe was elected at our General Convention this summer, and we will finally have the investiture, consecration, etc. He will become our presiding bishop. Now, as Episcopalians, we have a long tradition of pomp and circumstance. We love a good ritual. Generally, when a presiding bishop is installed, it's a big deal. It is a global event because we are part of the Anglican Communion. Bishops and clergy and people fly from every corner of the earth to gather in Washington at the National Cathedral for a big, big, big liturgy. It is, I imagine, for the bishop being installed as a new presiding bishop, a highlight of one's life. It is also not cheap. That's a lot of airplane tickets. Have you all ever seen the Washington National Cathedral when it is full of people? It is a lot of hotel rooms. It is a lot of meals. It's a lot of extra staff for the National Cathedral. It is a lot of money. And that money comes from us. Comes from our dioceses, which get their money from congregations, which get their money from pledges. And you do have to wonder about all that. Our new presiding bishop made huge waves just days after he was elected because he said, we are not doing that. We are not doing the big, big thing. We are not flying everyone in from every corner of the world. We are not spending the money, and we are not making that carbon footprint. Instead, there is an event of less than 200 people. There's a VIP list of bishops. Not every bishop gets to go. They were told no. Stay home. We have so much at our fingertips of technology and devices and things. But more importantly, our new presiding bishop said, I am coming in knowing the church is going to have to change in this time, or we can start hospice. But the church is going to have to change. And it's easy for there to be meetings of people who spend a lot of money traveling to get to said meeting to say, here are all the other places in the church we should cut our spending, or we should tighten corners. And instead, our presiding bishop took what could be one of the biggest events of his life and gave it up to witness to the church what change will look like. To say, this is abundance enough. This is all the celebration we need. He started not with cutting extra staff positions or departments or events that didn't relate to him, but started with himself. He witnessed in his own service, his own humbling, what it was to be the church here and now. I have to say, this act has profoundly moved me, more so than anything I've seen out of the presiding bishop's office lately, and I love the presiding bishop's office. Michael Curry is wonderful. But this example and this witness of leadership, of giving up so much of himself and the office and the pomp and the circumstance and the ritual and all the things we are used to attaching meaning to, All of the things we are used to saying, but we have to do this. But this is the way we've always done it. He has helped to strip away so much of the extra to get us to the heart of the matter. He needs to become presiding bishop and start work. And he's doing that in a very simple way. Today, we launch our stewardship season, which it's always awkward to talk about money in church. It makes it a lot easier to do when our presiding bishop is talking about it so openly. When we as a congregation have also done hard and difficult work. I came in to this place in April, the first time you all have had half-time clergy. Not an easy thing to live into, but an incredible witness and statement from this congregation of not cutting corners in 5 million little places, but being honest about our reality and the new church that we face. But it has not come with a sense of scarcity. It has not come with too much hand-wringing, a little bit of hand-wringing. It has come with incredible joy and expressions of new leadership, of people stepping up, of creativity and possibility. In the time since I have been here, and I can take no credit for it, but we've expanded the number of meals we've been feeding on during our week. We've seen people in the pews we haven't seen in a while. We've seen life continue, and not just continue, but thrive. Yes, it has been a time where folks have had to learn how to serve in new ways, but perhaps it has sparked possibility as well. In the season of stewardship, you all will get your pledge cards, you will get the letters, you will get the numbers and all of those details. But I hope that you hear the invitation, not just through that packet that will come, but through the work and witness of the leaders around you here, who have demonstrated by their own selfless giving, the stepping up and leaning in to serving St. Dunstan's to continue to support this vital community. I pray that it is an inspiration for each of us to give generously and to give deeply, to give out of the place of abundance that we have all been living into. It would have been easy to lean into fear and scarcity, to feel like we don't have enough. Let's do less. Let's come in close. Instead, we have opened our doors wide and kept trying to do more in the service of God. Jesus came not to be served, but to serve. We too lean into that example, not looking for what we can receive, but what we can give out of the joyful abundance that is witnessed to us and demonstrated through Christ and through the great cloud of witnesses, past, present, and yet to come. This season of stewardship, may you find the abundance of service, the joyful giving. Thank you for what you already do to make this place what it is. I look forward to joining you all in that in the months to come, and to continue to celebrate the Spirit of God here and now in this place. Amen.